This one's going to be a really, really short stream, hopefully. So I decided to swap from my zirconium scales back to the G10 scales because, I'll be honest, with those zirconium scales, that thing was heavy. And I didn't like how heavy it was. God damn. Wow, I can breathe normally. And now I can't again. Go figure. All right. I'm in Idaho. Burning Stables, what's up? How's it going? I don't think I've seen you in here before. It's a common thing. A good chunk of the people that watch my channel are actually in Europe. I think 30%. Well, I wouldn't call that across the world. South Carolina, that's not that far, relatively speaking. I don't get to meet very many people from my home state online. I do not build them. I modify them sometimes, though. I do a lot of sharpening, too. I hate editing so much. I genuinely can't stand editing. I'll be honest, the only editing that I do on mine, on any of my videos, is I make them louder. Because for some reason, the mic on my phone doesn't pick up sound very well. So I have to make them louder for anybody to be able to hear them. That's not as sharp as it should be. Chris, what's up? Yeah, I stopped live streaming for a bit. Okay, let's fix this. Oh, no, not like that. I gotta redo that with a different stone. Unfortunately, I don't have any zero tolerance knives for sale. What ones are you going after? All right, now we can resharpen. It's a PM2. Yep. It is very common to get highly fluctuating view counts on YouTube. My best performing video is a video teaching people how to close knives that use a liner lock. It's at 35,000 views and accounts for about a third of the channel. A third of my views total. Or not a third. 10% of my views total. Yeah, I should be asleep by now. Michael, I've got 3,000 subscribers and I've been doing this for 3 years. It's not something that happens quickly. That video is like a year and a half to 2 years old. I don't even have a sponsor. Nobody pays me. So you're further than I am when it comes to that kind of stuff. I do all this shit for free. Then I wouldn't call that a sponsor personally. If you're not getting paid, it's not a sponsorship. I got monetized, then I got demonetized, and I would not do the monetization thing again. It destroyed my channel. I'm not being harsh. It's the truth. Legally, you're not sponsored if you're not getting paid. You don't have to tell people. Although it is better etiquette to do it. But you don't get any monetary value out of people buying the shit that you're. Or do you? All right, you sleep well then. We'll see you later. That's better. And there's a burr. Fuck. Back to the burr removal. It's a PM2. If you guys are ever curious if a knife is a Para 3 or a PM2, one of the easiest ways to tell is there's a screw for the stop pin on the PM2, and for the Para 3, there isn't. Where's my Para 3? I know there's one in here, so we'll just grab that one. There's no screw up here. It's just a stop pin. If you choose to start streaming, go ahead. I'm not going to tell you otherwise, but a lot of times it is very boring. No way, I'm somebody's favorite streamer. I don't know how I pull that off. I genuinely have no clue. Am I like interesting or something? Whew, that's a nasty edge. I see. Let me grab some cardboard. One way to take a burr off is you cut some cardboard. And then you restrop it right after. Well, this isn't a 4Kids channel, so to be fair. Nope, I don't have any throwing knives. That's more like it. Well, I hope so. I do hope that the streams are good. Nope. No daggers. Cliff, what's up? And you called yourself old. That's not my fault. I don't have switchblades. Mostly folding knives. Well, I missed streaming because, it's some form of entertainment. However, with my back being in the condition that it's been in and the chair not helping, I just stopped streaming for a while. Around the cabin, what's up? Yeah, I have a lot of folding knives. But I think I'm going to start doing shorter streams. Because when I'm doing those 4-hour streams, I can't keep doing it anymore. Well, unfortunately, it sounds like you won't be able to look up and down after that. Maybe not even side to side. Have you tried physical therapy first before deciding you're just going to go with surgery? I'm playing with a Benchmade right now. I have quite a few, actually. A couple that I'm trying to get rid of as well, but it's hard to find people interested in these things. I wouldn't recommend most Benchmades because I think they're overpriced. But this one's another overpriced one. It's also discontinued. I also have an Osborne. And you can definitely go wrong with these because, unfortunately, they suck at measuring these things. I might try out an OTF one of these days, but I want a single action OTF. So this one's probably the worst Benchmade that I own because it's got a lot of blade play compared to all the other ones that I have. Even when it's closed, it's like side to side, full range of motion, bad. It doesn't matter how much you tighten it. And the reason why is because back here, between the scales, is further apart on this side than it is on this side. No, I haven't done a collab with a gun company yet. We were talking about it, and they need to focus on production before they start doing knives. They're going to continue doing stuff with their kind of stuff. And I might not even be going with them, to be honest. I do, however, have a knife company that I'd like to do a collab with, and I need to get a hold of them about a specific steel that I want to try. And if they're willing to foot the bill, which would be amazing of them, then it would be beautiful. But I need a few for testing, and unfortunately, I'll be breaking a few knives. And I might just live stream that, or I might record it. I don't know. Oh, you're talking about when I did a live stream with that company. Yeah, I don't usually do that. Sure, me doing streams with other people is cool, except for they don't get the views that my normal ones do. See, I'd like to have a Chavez Redencion Street full tie. I just can't afford it right now. I need to sell a ton of stuff, and with me forgetting to put stuff up for sale and other people just not wanting to buy stuff at the moment, I am kind of shit out of luck on that. So I have about $2,000 worth of inventory and knives that I need to get rid of. And that's going to be a while. I still can't believe that this thing hasn't sold. Yeah, sure. I know it's ugly, but it is a good knife. And I think it's priced at 160. Gonzo, what's up? Haven't seen you in a bit. Yeah. I don't remember for sure what it's priced at, but Gonzo, I see you keep on trading up. Yep. Oh, well, that's interesting. Well, this thing's got lock stick. And I just tried putting the Chris Reeve grease in there, and it seems to be helping a little bit. Hey, you can go live if you want to. Well, I think it's ugly too. I don't like the Emerson Wave. And yes, this ZT is one of my favorites. The problem with it is the blade isn't straight. It's a ZT 550. I've tuned it to be damn near perfect for me. Arguably has better action than my Sebenza too. Here in about a half hour, I'm going to end the stream so I can go to bed early for once. So it's centered up at the top, and then they ground it wrong. So you can see by looking at it, it's ground off to this side. So I'm going to get a hold of ZT and see if they have any spare blades for it. And if they do, I'll be getting one of those. It's $40 for a new blade if they have them. So unfortunately, I have to send it in for them to put it on. Oh, Gonzo, did you see my new Sebenza? Probably. I wouldn't mind having a Dixon, but it needs to be plain. I don't like any of the fancy shit. So I have two Sebenzas, and if you know that I have two, then you've already seen the second one. However, I got a new blade for the second one. They're not, most likely. I do have one new project. So there's the second Sebenza with a new blade. Give me just a second, I'll be right back with a new project. So here's my new project. Yeah, I went P as well. Nice guess. And it's just a show scale. Anyway, the new project, this I found on AliExpress for $43 after coupons, and it was on sale at the same time. It's in M42 high-speed steel with a tungsten nitride coating. So it's a non-scratch coating as well as a non-stick coating, at least from the cheese that I tested with it. The edge retention on this thing with one of my edges was roughly equivalent to that of Spyderco's 15V. It's not a clone. That's the other thing. From what I can tell, this is an original design. I did a little bit of digging before I bought it to make sure. I couldn't find this design anywhere else, except for a titanium version in M390. But that one's like $135 and it's not worth it. So this one's in stainless steel. These scales are stainless. It has skiff bearings right now because I replaced the factory ones with skiff ones. My only gripe about it right now is the detent ball is steel. The problem with that, I fidget with my knives a lot. That detent ball is flat. Okay, so about the weight, it is pretty heavy. So I'm going to show you something that's comparable in weight. This weighs the same as this. It weighs the same as a large Sebenza. Because there's no milling on the inside of this, I thought about getting one of them scalpel OTFs with the number 60 blades because they're larger. It's actually about as thick as the Sebenza too. It's just heavier because it's steel instead of titanium. There's 0 blade play after the modifications that I did with it. It is actually a very nice knife. I was quite impressed with the edge retention. It's one of those that I would recommend as a daily carry, honestly. Which is where my next project comes in. Unless the knife company project goes somewhere before my next project. Yeah. It takes some getting used to, because it is a weird shaped hole, but you can easily spidey flick this thing. The flipper kind of sucks on it, I'll be honest with you. There's no jimping on it. So I'm going to tell you guys all the modifications that I did to this thing to get it to the point that it is now, as well as some things that I would change on how I modified them. Modification number 1, I lightened the detent, or the lock bar. It was really, really hard to close this thing when I bought it. And what I would change about how I did it, I'd remove the pocket clip before I did it next time. So the lock bar used to go, when you took the blade out, it used to go almost further than this. And I bent it to where it would reach about 50%, but it sits here at about 25, which is fine. It's not dangerous or anything, it's just where it is. Modification number 2, there was a burr up here on the flipper, and it started digging into my finger every time that I flipped it. So I took the blade off and took that to a 400 grit stone and removed the burr. There was another burr on the lock face right in front of where the stop pin is, and I removed that burr as well. Now we get into the more technical things where you'll need calipers to do the rest. When you take this thing apart to better way of saying this, when you measure this, what you're going to want to do is grab a set of calipers, like I said. And you're going to measure right here. Okay. 398. And then measure it from the back. 4. 399, 4. And then you're going to measure on this side down here. 399, 4. So down here it was about, before I bought the skiffs, down here was 417, and up here was 387. So the skiffs are a little bit thicker than the stock bearings, which is fine. Once I put the skiffs on, it was a little bit smoother. And then after that, I took it back apart and I sanded down the backspacer until it was just thick enough to be the same as between these scales up here. And now there's 0 blade play when it's open and almost 0 when it's closed. Yet it's still smooth. It doesn't quite have the drop shut action that it used to. The 7 ball bearing instead of the 10 like it has now had less friction and allowed for some interesting action. I did not film the process, no. It's not super difficult to do though. You're going to want to use a really fine stone for the backspacer though. Yeah. Or I could just buy 3 more of these things and then turn around and sell them to you guys for like $15 more after I do all of the tuning and sharpening. Then you get a good knife that's already prepped and set up to go. I think it's a good idea. I don't know if people are willing to pay $15 over what I paid just to have that done to it, though. Daniel, what's up? This thing I need to get rid of. Well, here's the other thing, Gonzo. If I do make content on that, then everybody else will know how to do it already. I'm shooting myself in the foot. Yeah, here in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be ending the stream so I can go to bed. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. I really am. I don't know if you guys heard, but here sometime pretty soon, Millet's going to be dropping the Overland in MagnaCut. Now, the only reason I'm telling you guys this was because they said it on their website. And I knew about 2 months ahead of everybody else. I dropped by in December, I think. So I knew about a month before everybody else. Where I went and talked to them and said, or asked them, when are you guys going to be making this thing in MagnaCut? And they said, we will be here pretty soon, but you can't tell anybody that. And I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch. So I agreed and I didn't tell anybody. But now they have it on their website saying that they're making them soon. So I can talk about it now. The benefits of living close by to knife makers. I want to try Magnamax too. And if it turns out to be the way that I think it is, I might just skip MagnaCut on my designs and go with Magnamax instead. Because, you know, back in the day, everybody was happy with S35 VN with the toughness that it provided. So why not just do something that has the toughness of S35, but way better edge retention? We'll see. We'll see if I can get my hands on it by the time I'm ready for the project to be worked on. I have enough money to start prototyping though. I'm gonna be honest. If Magnamax turns out being what I think it is, it's probably gonna take my number one spot because it has everything that I like. Not that stainless properties really matter to me where I am. It's just a benefit, but it's got the toughness that it needs as well as the high edge retention. I still need to play around with this thing. I just don't like the Delica all that much. Because I hate these scales so much. And then when I tried to sell it, it didn't sell. So I was sitting on it forever. Oh, sure, but that's what it was designed for. MagnaCut was designed to be an all around steel. It's called Zome Camo. Magnamax was designed to be what was it? A stainless version of 10V. I was wanting 50 for it, so it'd be like 55 after shipping. How much is the Delica nowadays? No, it's not bad. That's how much I had it priced at too. And the guy ended up saying, "Well, that's too much." Like, dude, they were 95 bucks when I offered it to you for 55. It's probably even more now. I think Spyderco just upped their prices, so what do you guys think if you could get? Now just let me write this out first, okay? I'm going to write out a list of properties on a knife. And I want you guys to tell me how much you think is a fair price for this. Full titanium frame lock. Aim for 1,000. No, I can't. I can't afford to be having knives or to be having them made like that. You think 400? Bushcraft rebooted. What's up? 380 to 420. I like CPM 154. It's a good steel. 154 CM is a really cool steel too. It's going all right. Just a few more minutes until I end the stream. 400 free shipping, not gonna happen. Okay, so let me explain something to you real quick, to all of you. I want to explain why I went with the Chris Reeve pocket clips. And it's because of this, right there. You have this section right here that pushes into your pocket, and then this section that holds the hem of your pocket, right there. Okay? You have two chances for it to not fall out of your pocket. And every other pocket clip I've ever seen doesn't do that. This also means that as soon as this knife is released, it has aftermarket options because the Chris Reeve pocket clips have aftermarket options. These just do already. Now, my current dilemma is I'm debating on whether it gets a pouch or a box. Because a pouch, I'm pretty sure I can have made here in Idaho as well. A box is, I think it's going to be a little more expensive, and I think. I want everything that comes with it to be made in Idaho as much as possible. Oh, who cares about French? I don't give a shit about people cursing. This isn't a children's live stream. No, I don't know French. I know oui. Oui, oui, I do. Whoop-de-doo. Ground fog, what's up? So anyway, I want a softer detent than the Sebenza. No, I don't. Oh, another thing that I did. I got the gold lanyard pin. I replaced the blue one with gold. Of course, I still have the blue one, but meow from you. It's gold anodized titanium. Well, this is what we have so far. I want it to be a beater. I do. I want people to use their knives, and if everything goes how I want it to, I'm hoping for them to cost 400 to 450. No, not free shipping. I mean, maybe free shipping, but it would only be free shipping in the US if I did do it. If. Do you guys see that? You want number 3? I'll be honest, I don't want to sell them outside of the US. I really don't. Well, that's another problem, is I'm probably gonna, if I do free shipping, I'm just including it in the price. I don't want to ship them outside of the US. And I know that sounds bad, but, and this is gonna sound even worse, I don't want China getting their hands on it. I just don't. I've seen too many fake Sabenzas. I've seen too many fake bug outs. That it's the most faked knife out there. And I just don't want that happening to one of my designs. Savage, what's up? No, this is a Chinese knife. I don't want them faking my shit though. And with them not having copyright laws the way that we do here in the US, it causes issues. Is there anything else that I should add on top of this? It's going to be a sheep's foot only. I won't be doing any other blade shapes at the moment. Lanyard. It doesn't even have a lanyard hole. Never even thought about it, to be honest, because I don't like leaf jimping. What does that mean? It's not going to be on bearings. I mean, now that I think about it, I could probably do bearings. I want it on washers, but they were going to be thin washers. Although we're talking like the size of the Sabenza washer on both sides. Well, that was my thought, was I might make it an option to do bearings. But that's just going to cost more. And if I'm pushing for the same QC as these. Or not QC, but the same tolerances as Chris Reeve knives. So first of all, we will add jimping. I completely spaced that, to be honest. I don't want AI involved in any part of this. A lubricant. I thought about that too. There's a grease that I've been looking at that I really want to try out, and it's called NanoSlick 33. I'm thinking the same jimping on this because I really like this stuff. It's not super aggressive. It doesn't hurt when you push into it, but it gets a good grip. I'm going to be honest, it might come with Allen heads. I like how these work. And it's so simple to just throw an Allen wrench in there. And I trust the machinist guy at the company I'm talking to, or that I want to work with. I'm not adding food. That is another thing. However, if I... Okay, I want you guys to look at it this way. I can either have a captive pivot where it doesn't spin freely, or I can have it spin freely, but send it with 2 Allen wrenches so that it doesn't really matter. All one color, yeah. Do you guys see that? I can flick my Sebenza with my left hand. I have made it this smooth. I don't know where I can have a cloth made here in Idaho. I'll have to ask around on that. We're thinking a zip bag, a pouch. Nope, no food. I won't be sending food with any of the knife, or with any knives. That's not right. So this one, if you have it open, you can undo it without a second Allen wrench. If you have it closed, you need 2. And when you use Loctite, because you know you're probably going to use Loctite, then you got to deal with that. Not Nado. Nope. Zoro, what's up? Well, I use super glue. Literally, I use dollar store super glue on my Sebenza. I kind of like how this one is. Although it probably won't be exactly like this, no. A second lock screw. No. I thought about sending spare parts with every one. However, after talking to the guys, they said if you're sending spare parts, we have to custom fit every spare part as well. It's not just super simple. It's everything needs to be custom fit to get the tolerances that I want. The downside that you guys will note is that there's no aftermarket support other than the pocket clip for the model. No, it is a beater. It will be a beater anyway. It's built like a hinderer. That's my plan, is it's built like a hinderer with Chris Reeve um, tolerances. Now, what in the fuck are you doing? Free sharpening for life might be an option. It'll cost me more in profits, but uh, they said that I might be able to talk them into um, lifetime warranty and lifetime sharpening. I don't want you guys left out there with, if something breaks, no options. It's not, to me, that's not fair. If you drop that much money on a knife, you should have some sort of support. Yeah, pretty much. A customer would have to pay shipping. Yeah. And my thought was an optional add on where like an extra 10 or 15 bucks and I'll sharpen it before shipping it out. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure that they're great at sharpening shit, but I'm sure that I'm better. There's nothing quite like a hand-done edge. And yeah, I've thought about doing a Kickstarter. The problem with Kickstarter, in my opinion, is they take a fee, and their fee would make it so that the production knives that you'd want to do an early bird kind of deal where you pay less because you got in early, and I'd need at least 50 to be purchased. Technically speaking, I'd need at least 25. And yeah, they take 5% plus another 5%, depending on what you use to, it's like a transfer fee or some bullshit. But I need to do there's a couple things I need to do. One, I need to patent the design. I've shown you guys part of the design. I haven't shown you the finished one yet. The finished one looks amazing, in my opinion. But I designed it, so of course it looks amazing, in my opinion. Nobody's seen the finished product yet. I can't show it because if I do, then other people can either steal the design or, various other things that I don't want happening. No, it does not look like a granola bar. Yeah, if you want to go look at my Instagram page, I've got. Oh no, I took that down actually. It's on Facebook though. Let me see if I can go grab my other phone real quick and I'll show you guys what I showed everybody last time. But it's not the finished design. There's a lot more that I've done. Yeah, you're not coming in, but hi, I'm gonna pet you. Kitty, hi. Oh, dummy, it is 3:30. You should be in the garage by now, asleep. And I should be headed to bed too. What's Facebook? Oh boy. Well, I thought I was pretty easy to find on. Oh, I changed the blade shape. That's about the biggest change that I've made since that last post. It's similar, but it's like better because I don't like how that blade shape turned out. I can get nice shaving sharp at 400 grit. Hoshi, what's up? Yeah, S45 PM too. Am I good at what? YouTube? Not really. I don't want my professional dashboard. I want to see my posts. How did I lose? Apparently, I'm losing followers actively on Facebook. Well, let me scroll, you piece of shit. I didn't see Palmer. Oh no. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did. How's it going? No, I don't have one of the hacksmith knives. I'm playing with a ratchet. As I'm sitting here waiting for my old ass phone to decide, hey, you can scroll now. I'm not going to save some money for a second phone that I'm never going to use. God damn, that's a shitty picture. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. I got better pictures now, but I can't show them to you guys. And if you guys go into the NAF's Facebook group, I post in there fairly often. Just between you and me, Gonzo, that's basically what I changed. I use Facebook to watch reels about Blue Bloods. So that's great, but at the end of the month, I have $60 to spend on various things after food, gas, and everything else. And I'm not going to put 2 months worth of savings into a phone. It's not worth it to me. I'm just going to continue buying and selling knives. It's what I've been doing. It's what I will continue doing. Liquid Grin, what's up? You joined again at the end of the stream. I'll be ending it in 4 minutes apparently because I just had to go for an extra 30. Again. Yeah, I buy and sell knives all the time. Oh, the YouTube doesn't pay me. I got demonetized because I didn't give them my tax information. And I decided so what happened was I got monetized and then I lost 80% of my viewer count. the day that I got monetized. And it stayed like that for 2 months until I got demonetized. And then well, what knives are you trying to sell? I've got a lot of knives I've been trying to sell, to be honest. Let's put the Chris Reeve lube away. I have $2,000, $2,100 in knives that I'm trying to get rid of. It's a Benchmade on an emissary. I don't remember. It's an S90V with aluminum scales. And they sell for like 300. And I'm not trying to get 300 out of it. But yeah, all the ones on the mat are for sale. Let me grab my thing that says how much I want to sell it for. If I did put down how much I wanted to sell it for. And of course I didn't. Fine, we'll look it up on eBay. Benchmade $490. It is assisted. I do need to tell you that. And the only way of opening it is the flipper tab. This is a Civivi Sentinel Strike 2. It's a Tonto. It bit me pretty good when I was taking it apart. Yeah, it's better than the 14452 that I have. Hey, I did remember that. Nice. I thought I got it wrong. Benchmade $490. Arcane. Filter by sold items. Oh boy, those are going for less than I thought. Whew. Yeah, finally got some pictures. That's fake. Yep. It's selling for between, now this was just a set of screws for it, but 113, 130, 91, for between 100 and 250. And that's the small version. That's not the right one. Yeah, between 100 and 250. Yeah, secondary for Benchmade is dog shit. I noticed that. But the more recent ones are selling for around 100. So these are the two most recent. And then that one was, yeah. So I'd probably do like 110. It's got a fresh edge. Needs a new edge. That is not an impressive edge. Well, I mean, I guess that wasn't that bad. Yeah, but it doesn't shave. And that's not okay with me. Oh, hey, I figured out a new way of opening it. Never tried that before. Pinch it, push. Would be nice if it had a thumb stud. Well, anyway, send me a message on Instagram if he's interested, I guess. I'm not going to remember your name. I'll just be upfront and honest with you about that. I just won't. Nope. It's not an auto. Nope, no thumb studs at all. But yeah, I'll give it a fresh edge before I send it out. And the Sentinel Strike 2 I'm also trying to get rid of. It's sad that this thing sells for almost as much as this. Oh yeah, that is a thing. These sell for like 90 and I'm trying to get 70 out of it. And apparently these things sell for just over 100. Oh, you're backing out. I see how it is. I'm unsupervised for the weekend. I have the whole house to myself. Ooh. Imagine all the boring things I do. Sit there on YouTube all weekend. Grab me some super glue. Get this shit done right. Yeah, because I have enough friends to have a party. Just a hint, I don't. And yes, I'm not joking. I use super glue as Loctite. It's cheaper and it locks up faster. I'll fucking find that. I gotta go undo it because I put too much. Well, I didn't know that more people other than just me did. But I do because it works really well. Gets a little complicated when you use too much. There we go. Thing is, it dries almost instantly when it comes in contact with metal. So yeah. Anyway, I still need to get in contact with Jin Knives about using this steel. It's a really, really high wear resistance steel, but you also need a really, really hot furnace. To heat treat that steel, you need to have a furnace that goes up to 2200 Fahrenheit. You know what thing I hate about teachers when I was a kid? I hope you brought enough for everybody. Fuck no, I didn't. I bought this shit myself. Y'all can fuck off. I think teaching children that they have to share is a disgusting practice. That's how shit gets stolen. Ask me how I know. It's one of the most disgusting practices that's taught these days. Communism manifest. I definitely didn't say that. Nope, sharing is just how you get your shit stolen. There are certain people that I'll share with. But guess what? They're not strangers. Well, I'm one who won't go for politically correct anymore. I'm tired of that shit. It depends on how it's phrased. Some of you will see where I'm going with this. Are they going to borrow a French fry? Or am I just giving it to them? I hope some of you got that reference. Holy shit, Mac. You're in the top messages right now. I'm so glad somebody got that reference. Oh my god, Mac isn't banned. It's a miracle. Just as we're about to end the stream. No, I think it was the Boondocks. How are you going to borrow a French fry? Are you going to give the French fry back? Anyway, I want to talk to Jen Knives about this because this steel seems really, really good. And I want to get some proper testing in. And if it is good, it's going to be the next budget super steel. Especially if I can have it done for under $100. Could you guys imagine 15V edge retention for $100? Just think about that. So of that knife that I've been talking about, they're going to be titanium and they're just going to be plain. glass blasted titanium. Or Zer blasted titanium, not glass blasted. And then this other one that I'm talking about, if we can get it to work, it'll be black G10 scales with DLC coated blade. If I did 50% of, yeah, my design will be stonewash. Although it's going to be like this kind of stonewash, where you can see it but you can't feel it. It's the same thing as the Chris Reeve knives, where they are stonewash but you can't feel it. I don't like texture. It bothers me. And stuff sticks to it too easily. And if I went with 50% off is wholesale, then I'd be charging $600. I'm not making the numbers that I should be making off of the knife because I want you guys to get more for less. Nope, production cost is going to be roughly 75% of retail. The money isn't what I'm after. I'm doing it because, yeah, extremely low profit margin, relatively speaking. But I'm doing it because nobody makes the shit that I want for the price that I want. Which means there are plenty of other people out there that think the exact same thing. It does make sense selling direct. The problem is, once this happens, I either start an LLC and sell them through the LLC, or I don't. And if I do, then somebody can sue the LLC and I won't get taken. But if I don't, then I sell them direct and take a chance at somebody suing me. Well, if I do the LLC thing, then I need to become an employee, and then I need to start paying myself, which is a really weird way of doing things, and I don't really like it. And sure, I'll have to keep, yeah, pretty much. Your knife was too sharp. I did something stupid and I got cut. And it's your fault because it was sharp. Really, really sad that people can do that. Fuck it, I guess we're doing a 2-hour stream. But 8 minutes from now, we're ending it. I'm not going past that. I really need to sleep. Exactly. It's the same shit. Like, you purchased a hot coffee. Of course it's going to be hot. You purchased a knife. No shit, it's going to be sharp. Imagine that. Oh, wow, you got bit by a knife that was sharp. No, I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule, so I want to try and get a job at a certain place, and I need to be up at different hours. Yeah, we'll just engrave caution sharp on the knife itself. That way I can't be sued. My back still hurts. No, Tim's not hiring. He's not hiring me anyway. They're looking for machinists, but I'm not a machinist. So I'm thinking about on Monday I'm going to call Millet Knives out in Nampa and ask if they're looking for a gopher. A person that does all the shitty jobs that nobody else wants to do. Like going and getting materials and, stuff. It's not too super far away. It's like an hour. I don't know, probably. I should do a liquidation thing. A liquidation sale and sell things for like 10%. Yeah, LLCs protect me and my property, my personal property. Um, they don't protect the business though. And when I'm putting my life savings into a project, you know, I got to do everything right. And no, I'm not joking. I am putting my whole life savings into this project. Which, to be fair, isn't a whole lot. But, well, I think I have an OEM chosen. Keeping people in the loop will be my best friend. And yes, having this channel will help with getting shit out there. Well, it's the largest risk I've ever taken. And I want to do it, so my life savings will go towards prototyping. That's all I can afford. That's it. once I pull the money that I do have out of the CD that it's in a couple months, getting 2% back, by the way, on a 6-month CD. And then I think once I get that money out, I'm probably going to, yeah. Well, we'll see. Here in 2 minutes, we're ending the stream. I don't have any expectations, at least. We'll see how it goes. And my life savings isn't as much as you guys might think it is. I do not have a lot of money. I'm not going to tell you how much I do have, but I'll say it's under 10,000. And all of that money was being saved up for just in case my engine took a shit in my truck. I am one of those 80%. I just happen to have a little bit in the bank and a little bit in assets that I won't be talking about here. Assets that have recently grown quite a bit. Might have to sell that to afford this stuff too. Yeah, it's gold and silver. You're right. I don't have a whole lot in gold, but I've got a decent chunk of silver. All right, guys. I didn't sell when it was high because I didn't need to. I'm not in a dire financial situation. I'm not going to sell something when I don't have to, with a risk of it going up further anyway. Anyway, it looks like I'll be selling a couple bug outs for about 100 apiece. Which sucks. Like, I want to make some profit, but if I sell them for 100 apiece, I'm not making anything. I'm just getting my money back. And with the amount that they're selling for on eBay right now, I bought just before they started selling for like 80. So I have one that's brand new in box that I'm wanting to get 120 for. And this one that I'm wanting to get 105 for. And then this one that I want to get 105 for. Because if I sell them for that much, and this one I'm probably never going to make my money back on because of the issues that it has. The new one's the same color as this one. I check my shit before I buy it. I do. Microscope and everything. I'll be honest, I just want my money back. If I can pull a profit, I'd be happy. The only reason why I'm doing them for 105 is because 5 covers the shipping. And the 120 gets me 15 in profit on the one. I need that money back. I can't sit here without that $300 just sitting there. It's not worth it. I've already come to terms with the fact that this one probably isn't going to sell because it has lock stick issues. But like really bad lock stick issues. Sure, but I'm not making my money back. I bought 3 bug outs for 100 apiece. Basically, that's how it worked out. In reality, I paid 70 for this one, 100 for this one, and 130 for the other. But I broke it down myself as 100 apiece. And yeah, sure, I know we can't win them all. I'm just trying my best to break even. Which is why I'm offering it to you guys right now at the price that I am. Because I need to get rid of them anyway. The pawn shops won't take them. The pawn shop dude told me that this one was fake because it had aftermarket scales. Dick. Like, you think I don't know my shit? Dude said this one was fake too. He said, literally said that they were all fake. And they're not, because I brought them to, yeah, they're Flytanium scales. I'd stick to about 20, unless you're talking about 30 degrees total. But yeah, I'd stick around 20 degrees per side. I don't get YouTube checks at all. I still didn't get my first check. I didn't make enough money in the first 2 months to get paid. All of that money was from donations, except for like $2 that I made from shorts. Oh, why don't you just make more videos? I heard that question a lot. I don't have space. That sucks. I don't usually carry a machete though. I need to get rid of this blade. This blade is garbage. Anyway, probably end the stream there. I think I got $2 for 12,000. My CPM was actually really good compared to similar people. My CPM was like 20 or something. Yep, once you guys lost your gun rights, you lost all your other rights. It's unfortunate. Anyway, we'll go ahead and end the stream there. Appreciate you guys watching. Gave me something to do until 4 a.m. Although I should have been asleep at around 3. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night, day, morning, whatever it is. And we'll see you in the next one.